Hello. Hello, Arun. Hello, Pushan. Hi, Abhishek. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes for people to join. Hi, Vignesh. Hi, Palash. Welcome to this um, episode. Welcome to the live stream where we are going to talk about game development in Metaverse. What is Metaverse exactly? What people are basically doing in the industry in terms of game development for Metaverse. And what is the scope? What is the future? Hello, Vishal. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome once again. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Subrat. Afreed. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Guys, if you haven't yet noticed the auction tab on the right hand corner, just check the auction tab. You can bid for a one-on-one mentorship with me, or you can probably join the live stream with me. So there are two options. Just check that out. All right, let's just start on the topic. So we spoke about this last time also, last week also, but I'll just do a quick recap on what we were, what we discussed. There are a few pointers that I have since I am from the gaming industry. By the way, if you guys are not aware who I am, my name is Vaibhav Chauhan. I am the founder of Underdogs Gaming Studio. Underdogs is one of the most prominent go-to gaming companies in India when it comes to B2B. We have made more than 250 games so far for people across India, and these companies majorly are from different sectors, starting from bigger gaming companies, companies like Nazara, Reliance, Games Too, and all these companies. When they want to create games, they reach out to us and we make games for them. They eventually publish the games. The second category are the brands. Usually, brands directly come to us to just get the games done. Then there are digital agencies. When they are running few campaigns for the brands, they act as middlemen and they come to us. And the last ones are the Bollywood movie studios. So we have done a lot of games for Bollywood. Um, so yeah, so when I was starting B2C, we are already doing B2C. We started B2C back in 2015. One of our biggest game back then was Skatelander. Skatelander. It was Skatelander. It was one of the first games from India that got an international publisher. We were, nominated and called for Casual Connect Singapore, Casual Connect USA, where we showcased the game, and it was one of the first few games from India to feature on the global map. Also, got featured a lot on Google and Apple stores. So that was back in 2015. But currently, Underdogs is working on a game called Mukti. And Mukti is a PC and a console game based on human trafficking. It's a very intense game with a great subject, and it's focused on PC and consoles. And recently, we got funded by Epic as a mega grant winner. So Epic Unreal Engine is now supporting the game. They want us to, um, to have a very high quality version of the game made in Unreal, because earlier we used to work on Unity. So yeah, check the titles. Just Google it. You'll find a lot of games from Underdogs. Hello, good vibes. Myself, Aditya, I'm going to my bachelor degree in game design from LP. Good. They'll teach you everything. Just focus on one domain when you're learning that stuff. Okay, starting with Metaverse. Just recapping everything again. Meta was first. Let's just talk about why Metaverse is called as Metaverse. Metaverse is basically a combination of two words. It's meta plus verse, and meta means self or self-referential. Basically, it represents you, and verse is taken from universe. So it's like, combined together, and that is why we call it as a metaverse. Um, Basically, it's nothing but an immersive virtual world where you can play or live, with other participants in the world. So that's metaverse, and you can interact with each other, access, the virtual elements in the virtual world within the game or platform, you can say. And all of it creates a great experience since it's immersive, right? So that's the best part about metaverse. Now, to be honest, it's nothing but a virtual world game, right? It's like what metaverse, if you see it, it's kind of a virtual world game which existed like a decade back. If anybody remembers a game called Second Life, for us it was a metaverse back then, right? For all those who don't know what Second Life was, it was an online multimedia platform. Basically, they never called it as a game. It was a platform. It was on web, so it was a platform that allowed people to create an avatar and literally have a second life in an online virtual world. It came out back in 2003, and it was made by a company called Linden Lab. They created it, they developed it, and they published it. It was the largest 3D virtual world and had a lot of players. It was a big thing back then. Any plans on getting into VR space? Not now, not for now. We don't have any plans, but probably we would be utilizing the engine that we are building for Mukti, because it's a first-person exploration game. It's a first-person view POV, right? So it makes more sense to add VR to it when we have the whole setup ready. So probably we'll have a version of the game or the environment that we're creating, and we might look into the VR space later. Off topic from current stream, but how much knowledge we need to have for entry-level game developer job profile? Entry level, if you consider internship, then you just need some knowledge of things, and the one thing that people expect from you is a good learner's attitude, good listener's attitude, and fast grasping power. That's it, like nothing else. But if you are looking at a fresher level job as a game developer, you should you should have like a set of 5-6 demos or prototypes that you have created, so that you can show it to the people in the company, right? Or the employers. Now, when I say if you have 5-6, when I say you need to have 5-6 demos or prototypes, it means that you should be capable of creating those demos and prototypes. That is it. You should have that much knowledge and experience that you can create that stuff. Then you can learn a lot of things. Sir, how create good portfolio for game design and development? I think if you're from YouTube only, there are a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. Just go and check those out. For everybody else, if you haven't yet checked out my YouTube channel, it's all about game development and gaming industry. I have more than 300 videos on it. Just go and check it out. Just search for my name, Vaibhav Chavan, and just add underdogs next to it. You might find a lot of content. Um, so coming back to Metaverse and Second Life. Second Life was a big thing back then. So while Metaverse like environments have long existed, in these multiplayer online games, what I feel is the major shift is the addition of three big things: blockchain, crypto, and virtual reality into the whole system, which earlier didn't exist, but because of this now it's like illustrating the real world market value of assets. You have all those assets, but you actually trade using the real currencies, and which basically are the virtual currencies only, but they have value now. They have value, and eventually those assets have value, those interactions have value, the perspectives have value, everything has values because it's within the system, right? It's a blockchain system. Now, theoretically, again, contradicting on the Second Life thing, theoretically Metaverse is not a game, right? Even if you see Second Life, and I spoke about Second Life, but uh, like I mentioned, they also never called Second Life as a game. They never promoted it as a game. It was like a platform, and they called it as a multimedia platform. Theoretically, Metaverse is not a game. It's a platform which has all the game-like elements in the virtual world, just like you have in the game, right? Also, it's going to do a lot more with the real-life scenarios than what games do, right? So that's the biggest difference that we'll have. And creating a metaverse game is easy. Like if we talk about game development specifically in metaverse, it's the same like creating a game. I mean, there's no different strategy, different engines, or different tools that you need to create a metaverse game. It's just the standard things, standard engines that you use to create a virtual world game, right? A game where there's a city, and you, as a third person character, you just move around in the city, you interact with multiple elements, people. But this time uh, there are people around. One of the biggest examples that I can give you is in today's world, because we all even see the streams of people playing games. I'm sure a lot of you um, have seen GTA RP online, role play online, right? A lot of Indian streamers these days are streaming GTA online, wherein you have a bunch of people, multiple people in a given specific scenario, talking to each other, doing stuff together. The only difference, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. The only difference would be whatever interactions, trade-offs that you're doing within the game. Now all of this has values, right? All of this is value, and that is why these kind of games are called as earn to um, uh, pay to sorry, play to earn. Yeah, play to earn, play to earn games, because now you're actually playing the game. You're actually spending time within the within the world, within the universe, and then you are actually making money out of it. Although it's more of a crypto or NFT trade that that holds value, but and not the real cash out of it, but still it holds a lot of value because people have agreed that it has value. So that is That is metaverse, and I'll talk about the creation part of it in a bit. It needs any degree or just have knowledge, interest, and skills. What? How to begin? Degree, to be honest, uh, doesn't really matter. When I'm just, you know, uh, I'm just talking about your question as to when to begin, how to begin to get into the industry or whatever. Degree doesn't really matter. If you are not even a graduate, that's also fine. But graduation, on the other hand, is very important because it teaches you a lot of interpersonal skills that you can't learn otherwise, right? I mean, you can still, but graduation is an easy process where you learn all these interpersonal skills. Like I keep on saying that engineering has not taught me the technical skills as such, but it has taught me a lot of interpersonal skills like time management, people management, communication skills. No fear of talking on stage. A lot of things, and usually graduation or any college degree teaches you those things. So for me, to get a job, to start as a game developer, you definitely do need a degree. All you need is skill, right? If you have good skills, if you are a programmer, and if you can code games, and if you are even 10th passed and nothing else, people are happy to take you in because it all um, zeroes down to the skill. Same with the art, same with the game design side. Game design, on the other hand, people really prefer people who understand the lingos, because game design domain has a complete different set of terminologies and lingos that people use, like game mechanic, gameplay, game flow, screen flow, a lot of things like HUD. All these things, only the people who have read about game design or done some kind of certification on game design understand. So that kind of an experience is needed for game designer, but otherwise you actually don't. प्ले स्टोर में आपका कौन कौन सा गेम है एंड कौन सा आपका फेमस गेम है? क्या मेटावर्स गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री को बदल दे? You wouldn't find any games on Play Store now because all of them are unpublished, and the game that you're working right now is for PC and console, so you wouldn't find anything on mobile. You can find a lot of things on Google. Just search for the kind of games that we made. You'll find a lot of details over there. क्या मेटावर्स गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री को बदल देगा? It's a different domain altogether, I feel. It's a different domain altogether. Gaming industry has a different scope altogether, right? Metaverse, like I say, it's more of replicating the real life scenarios and real life routines of individuals, and implementing that virtually. Whereas games give you a great experience on the other hand, with multiple other aspects which are really not needed in the metaverse. I consider both these things as two different ends of two different domains. So, but one thing is for sure that industry-wise, everybody will be doing a collaborative effort, right? Like people who are into gaming industry are the ones who are going to create the metaverse, right? So eventually, the scope of the gaming industry in totality increases. So a lot more job opportunities, a lot more people working on, a lot more companies coming up, a lot more startups doing all these things. So eventually, it's going to benefit. It is going to benefit. It's not that because of metaverse gaming badal jayega. No, gaming has its own scope and its own taste. So is CryEngine free for everyone? I think it is, but I don't think it's free for a commercial project. I'm not really familiar with it. Is the metaverse going to be VR based only? Again, for now, that is what it looks like, at least for the next 10-15 years. But who knows? Technology advances like crazy these days. Right? So you never know what would be the next innovation. But at least for next 10-15 years, it looks like it is going to be VR based. Since VR is more immersive, don't you think it'll change the industry? Plus, like I said, and not everybody, if you just if to, in today's world also there are a lot of VR applications, majorly B2B applications. But if you just check out VR applications, they are just trying to, what VR applications do is they are just trying to cut down a lot of efforts from real life world and bringing it to you. Just for an example, if you want to experience, say, Singapore, you're sitting in India, probably you can do that using a VR headset, right? Can at least, like, it's not, obviously it's not like a real life experience, but still it gives you a lot of details that you can sitting at your home, right? Um, but a lot of you will find like 50% of the audience who does not want or does not like that experience, since it's immersive, like metaverse or having real life scenarios replicated in this universe, in the metaverse, was the only scope of having the VR experience. It is not going to change the gaming scene, uh, you know but like I mentioned, industry is going to get benefited a lot because of this. Sir, I create NFTs, but it's really hard for me to sell it. Is there any suggestion you can give me to sell it? There are a lot of websites you can check out. OpenSea is one of the biggest, where you can sell NFTs. If you just Google, you'll find 50 websites where you can sell NFTs. Uh, if you're saying, if you are already putting your um, NFTs on those and it's not getting sold, you need to figure out some way to attract people towards it, or probably not being really rude about it, but probably what you're putting is not really appealing to the people. You need to work on that part, uh, if you want to really sell it. Can you explain a little bit about Sandbox and Axie Infinity? Yes, Sandbox is the most preferred tool or platform. You can say, you can just check out Sandbox. It's one of the biggest as of now. If you want to create a metaverse game, um, it's you can create your own stuff over there. You can create your avatars. Use you know uh, you don't actually need like it's more visual, it's more GUI based, graphical user interface based, than the hard code coding, because the real development, the real game development of a metaverse that I mentioned is majorly on the gaming engine tools that we use, right? Tools like Unity and Unreal. But people have created a lot of things where you can create your own stuff, and Sandbox is one of them. Here you can still play on um, uh, with Sandbox itself, and similarly there's a game called Axie Infinity, and Axie Infinity has been the number one uh, revenue generating tool since its existence. I think, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not wrong, Axie Infinity came back in 2018, and it's basically NFT based online video game where you play and you play and you make money out of it. One of the earliest NFT online games or platforms, if you ask me, even popular, even much popular than Axie Infinity, was um, was a game on kitties. Uh, kitties. Hello Kitty. Oh, Crypto Kitties. Was it Crypto Kitties? I don't remember the name, but it was based on, yeah, I think it was Crypto. It was kittens. Um, I don't remember the name, but it was based on Crypto Kitties, I guess. It was one of the biggest back in 2017, I guess, even before this. But yeah, these are games which mine and make you money if you consistently keep playing. These are based on cryptos. These are based on cryptocurrencies, and that's what you earn eventually if you spend time. And that is why these games are called play to earn games. Are you planning on launching NFTs? No, I'm not. I want to be a game developer. Please guide me. Uh, Please just visit the YouTube channel. There are more than 300 videos on how to become a game developer. Just check that out. Uh, and Meaty. I'm currently selling it on Rarible, and my animation is top-notch animation. But why people are buying weird ape models in $1 million? I really want to know the reason how they are buying. Um, one of the things, um, one of the things that I feel is the kind of marketing that these people are doing. The ape NFT, right? If you use Instagram, you might be, probably getting these messages, random messages from people to buy these ape NFTs because I get a lot of those. Um, just the point I'm trying to make is they are pushing a lot more on the marketing side. Yeah, yeah. So Palash, yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, people are actually spending a lot on the marketing side for this. Like, this is just like any other game. People feel, this is the same. I think this is the same myth that you are following. What happens in gaming industry also is people create a game, people make a game, they put it on the Play Store, and they wait for people to download their game and make it successful. But this is not how the the Google Play Store also works, or Apple App Store also works. When you put a game on the Play Store, you need to do something uh, what we call as UA, which is user acquisition. User acquisition is buying the users, the targeted users. If you're making a game based on female audience, doing a user acquisition between say 13 between 18 to 35 age female audience specific to that demographic, that country, and getting the users on board, and then those are the users who will love your game, and they'll give you feedbacks and interact, you can iterate on those things, and then you eventually grow, right? That's a simple strategy that we use in games. This is the same thing. Even if you have putting out an NFT on the on Rarible, and if you think your animation is top notch, right? What you're missing here is the marketing, the push that you need to go and do for people to notice it. What you're trying to do is you're creating a masterpiece, and not like, if I can give you just an example is of if creating a Taj Mahal kind of a thing and putting it in your bedroom, you need to bring that out to on the road so that people can see it, and you do that by actually putting it out for people to actually see it. You need to push other content to the people. So, and I think that is something that you're not doing properly. And that is why people are not discovering it. Uh, so yeah, how can I create 3D model from just images? There are a lot of technologies that people are building. You can, I don't, I'm not sure. I don't know anything which is online, but I'm sure there is something online which can do this. But there are a lot of proprietary tools or engines that people use, or bigger companies use, and probably because they're proprietary, they would not be interested in putting out. Um, but if you just Google, you'll find answers for everything. Check if from Facebook is relatively new software which is image C. C. That's a bit of 1980 has been placed by Vignesh for one-on-one mentorship. Thanks a lot, Vignesh. I'll reach out to you for sure. Guys, if you haven't yet checked this auction tab, please check the auction tab if you want to have a one-on-one mentorship with me. It's a 30-minute slot where we can do this mentorship with you. Any questions that you have regarding game development, regarding how to get started in the gaming industry, I can help you with a one-on-one session. Also, if you guys want to join the live stream next time, uh, just place a bid in the auction section for joining the live stream. So, do you think I should leave my BCom and opt for a computer degree as I'm not able to concentrate with BCom? I don't know, man. If you think you can be, you can um, achieve whatever you want by doing that. If you think you can, just do it. It doesn't matter what I think. Can I prefer G develop engine? G develop, I think, is Godot, right? Godot is very powerful tool. It's a very powerful engine, but unfortunately, when Godot came in, people didn't like it didn't receive a lot of attention. People didn't really picked it up as much as they did when Unity came. But people were hoping, like a lot of people were betting on Godot during that time, that it will be one of the biggest engines in the coming 2 years. But unfortunately, not many people used it. If you do that, if you prefer GDevelop, the problem is unless you want to just stay independent developer, create your own games, create art, design games, and make your own games, put it on the store, make money from it. Unless you want to do this, and if you plan to do a job in a gaming company in India, I would recommend not to do this, because if I say if India has 100 gaming companies, 90% of these companies are working on Unity. 6, 7 are working on Unreal, and the remaining are on random engines. If you have skills on GDevelop, and if you want to do a job, you also need to have a company who is willing to find people who know GDevelop. So, with that logic, if you you know do GDevelop and try to find companies, you would never land a good job. Even if you do land one good job, it would be difficult for you to scale it up, in terms of your career and everything. Having the knowledge of GDevelop is always a plus point, because imagine you know Unity very well, but at the same time you know GDevelop as well. You get in a company as a Unity game developer, but then probably you explore within the company, and you just probably suggest yourself that you know GDevelop and you can create amazing things on GDevelop. And if the employers are interested in giving you something to develop on that, it's a complete different scenario. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get a good job, I would not recommend doing that. What would you choose between Blender or Maya for modeling, and why? I'll tell you. Blender is difficult. Maya is easy. Blender is free. Maya is not. Right. Majority of companies in India use Maya. Right. And why they use Maya is because they don't find people who are working on Blender. Right. Now, what happens with Maya is Maya has a license, right? And if it's a small studio, if it's a mid-scale small studio, if they want to have 5 Maya artists, modelers with them, they need to have purchased 5 licenses of Maya. Now, if you as an individual can create amazing stuff that people create on Maya, if you can do that same thing in Blender, see, Blender is a bit difficult because the amount of shortcuts or tools that Maya provides, Blender does not provide. But if you can create similar stuff in Blender, people will be more than happy to hire you because Blender is free. Companies would not have to buy license for you, right? So end of the day, what they need is great modeling skills. If you can do that on Blender, people would be happy to take you in because they don't have to spend on license unnecessarily. And if you can create stuff on Blender, you can create 3D stuff on any tool. It's like that, right? So yeah, if you know Blender, it's amazing. If you can just focus on Blender, it would be great for you. But just don't focus on one tool. As a 3D artist, as a modeler, you probably should be having experience on not just 2 but more than 3-4 tools, because you never know, people use different tools in different companies. So not just Blender and Maya, having knowledge of 3D Max or ZBrush is also a plus point for you. So don't stop. Start with Blender, but do all these tools. At least 3-4 tools you should be good at. It'll be great for you. All right, guys. Like I mentioned earlier, Metaverse is nothing but in terms of development, Metaverse is exactly similar to a game. You don't have to do anything separately, like anything different from creating a game, but it has multiple plugins or third-party tools that you need to add on top of it to create that experience with blockchain or NFT or other tools. The paid consultation, that's what I'm saying. Here's an auction button on the top. Just check that out. You can bid for it, and I'll give you a one-on-one mentorship after that. You can do that. My personal website is under construction right now, and we'll get back probably in a day or two. But for now, auction space is available. Just go and bid for it. Does every game should be coded separately for emulator? For different versions, no. We just have to anchor. There is a thing called anchor to just fix the resolutions and the UI. We just need to do that for different versions or on emulator. All right, guys. I think the time is up. It was fun. I hope this session was useful. Thanks a lot for joining in. I'll see you guys in the next week, where we'll be talking about some other interesting topic. Thanks again. Thanks, Palash. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye. See you. Take care.